We're learning Hilchos Lulav, Ches Halacha Ches. Esrog Shu Tofuach, so ruach, if he's blown up, or is spoiled, or kovush, or pickled, or sholok, which is boiled, shochor if it's black, etc. Lovan if it's white, we'll go to the Peirush, Menuma, spotted, yorik, crazy, very, very dark green, postel, it's postel. The Maggid Mishnah cites the Machon Sukkah 36a and the Mishnah 34b. HaMeir says if it's a very dark green, it's kosher. Rabbi Yehuda says postel, and Halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda. Shocher, when it says black, Rae Gann explains that that's mamish like negroid. Me'eretz kush, from a place of kush. Tapuach means that if snow came on it after you took it and it blew up. So ruach means it has a bad smell because there's the worms in it. He brings from Hilchos Gedolos that the puach, saruach, apostle, is only if it's outside, but if it's spoiled inside, then it's kosher. Rashi explains kovush, pickled, that he put it into salt water, which is called brine, or or mustard. Sholok means that it was cooked very, very much in hot, boiling water. Now, gidloi betvus. They wanted to have a nice esrog, and they wanted to grow a certain way, so they grew it inside a form. Pasukim in bria acheres, but it doesn't look like an esrog now. It looks like a sheep. It's posel. Also, in briose, but if they made it, they should look like a nice esrog. I will be sure. So daf and kosher, and even though it's made out of pieces, you see sections on it. I guess they didn't have it smooth. It's kosher. Now, I mentioned the side sukkah. Machon explains tfus is a form that it's made to measure things, whether it's put on top of them or within them. And when the esrog was so small, the esrog grew into it. Since it doesn't look like an esrog, it's not hodor, it's posel. We learn from this that the psul that it's eino hodor, it's not hodor, it's only in the first day. Daven, Rabbi explains, like you have on a wheel, and there's spaces you can tell the difference between, and it's not the way it would normally grow, and it's kosher. Hatiyum abois is kosher. So the Maggid Mishnah cites sukkah, esrog, and like if it's like a ball, it's posel. If it's round like a ball, and those are the same, even tiyum, that it means that you have twins, two esrogim together. But they look nice, but they're together. Esrog aboisa, Rabbi Kiva says it's posel, and Machon say it's kosher. The Rambam paskins, like the Tanakama, there's not posel when it's a twin. Chachamim machshir by boisa, he paskins in both directions. So why they leave out the esrog kadur, that it's round? Maybe you relied on what it said before, that it doesn't look like an esrog. So obviously a ball doesn't look like an esrog, and therefore it's posel. Mokim she'esrogin shelahem ke'ein shechos mu'ato, if in place where they grow, the esrog's natural color is a gray, it's kosher. It was very dark, like a odam kushi, like a negroid person. It's still posel even where they grow. Maggid Mishnah says the Mishnah esrog akushi is posel. As we said at the beginning of the Halacha, we have more questions from Brisa. The kushi is kosher, and Rava answers it depends for who, for us or for them. And the Riv explains for Eretz Yisrael it's posel, but anything that's even similar. But not Bnei Bovel, that their esrogim is sometimes gray, it's kosher, but if it's very dark, it's posel. Rabbi Menach cites Rashi that kushi is kosher for the people of Bovel. They become a Metz kush, they're close to it, they're used to it, so it looks nice to them. Certainly in Ethiopia itself, where everything is black. But if it grew in Bovel, If it grew in Eretz Yisrael, it changed. It looks like a black. It's possible. Agos Maimonides says if it's green, like very, very green, the Rambam is like Rabbi Yehuda, not like Rameir says it's okay. And the esrog that's not finished yet is like the Chacham, and not like Rabbi Kiva says it's possible. And he adds that if it's black, it's kosher only to Bnei Bovel. There is not considered unusual. He says regarding an unripe esrog, brings from the Bala Shlomo that the esrog, since it's large, it's not like keboisa in other ilonis, that the shiur is kepul alovan. Only the esrog shiur kebeya. Menayach says the Choma machshir esrog boisa. It meant that its size has to be like a beya. Boisa means it's not finished yet. That it didn't finish its cooking, meaning it's not ripened, it hasn't ripened. Menayach adds that it's still called hoda because it has a shiur of a beya. Machlokes Rabbi Yehuda Meir is by trees that grow small esrogim. It could be that it won't grow any larger. And esrogim, which grow very large, even by the size of an egg, it's still called unripened. It's kosher because boisa is kosher. Shulchan Aruch paskins. Water fell on it when it was already taken off the tree and blew, and therefore it blew up, or became spoiled, or he pickled it, or he cooked it, or it has spots. It's possible. The Mishnah Berurah explains if you pickle it in brine, it's talking about even if it was there for a little bit, it's like it's cooked. And certainly, if you left it there, or in water, or in other, or even in honey from 24 hours, that's called pickled. The esrog is possible. Chava continues. If it's black or white in one place, it's possible. If it's the majority of the esrog, 2 or 3 places, then it comes to the idea of the boils that we learned before. Then it's possible even if it's less than the majority. A place that the esrogim are black, a little bit black, it's kosher. But if it's totally black, it's possible. If it's round, like a ball, it's possible. Mishnah Berurah explains that that's not the way an esrog grows. Machaber continues. If you grew it within a form and you made it look like something else, it's possible. The Halacha explains it doesn't have to look like a different fruit, even it doesn't look like a fruit at all. But since it doesn't look like an esrog, it's possible. If you made it the way it looks normally, even though you made it, you can see where the outer form was on it, still kosher. The Machaber adds hatiyun. That means if you have 2 esrogim that grew into each other, just like Siamese twins, it's kosher. Mishnah Berurah explains since a person can't separate them, they're called one pri, they're kosher. But the Beis decides that the smag doesn't agree, and therefore, to begin with, you should take one that is not a twin. Machaber says if it's green, like the grass of the field, it's possible, unless it's going to change afterwards. We know that the esrogim, usually they start off green, and then they become yellowish. So even then, even if it's green, it's kosher. It's called finished. But the Mishnah Berurah cites the Achayim say you shouldn't rely on this to begin with. You should see if it's. You can tell when it begins to change colors. Then it's okay. The Machaber continues. The size of an esrog, the smallest one, if it's less than a beya, it's possible. But if it's like a beya, even if it's unripened, it's kosher.